I want to tell you a story about a 10-year-old boy, a refugee living in a shelter in New York, who recently became the ranking chess champion. His name is Tanitolua Adewumi. As I said, he's 10 years old. Now think about what you already heard about this young, remarkable man. 10 years old, already the national champion in chess. He's a refugee because his family came from Nigeria, fleeing Boko Haram, that militant Islamist group. And in 3 years, he taught himself to play chess to the level where he's now the victor. When interviewed, Adewumi says that he plays 20 moves ahead every time on the board. I can't even comprehend that kind of forward thinking, that chess playing, but some people have that ability. He clearly does. What was amazing to me about his story wasn't just his success, but his relationship to his failures. When he was asked about his favorite games, his favorite opponents and matches, he didn't talk about the ones that he won. He talked in particular about one that he lost to Nakamura, who was then the reigning champion. And when the interviewer asked him about that loss, he said, and I'll quote him, he said, "I say to myself that I never lose." He's 10 years old, think about that. That I only learn. Because when you lose, you have to make a mistake to lose that game. So you learn from that mistake, and so you learn overall. So losing, he says, is the way of winning for yourself. He's 10. What about you? What about me? He's 10. So losing is the way of winning for yourself. Are we able to bring that 10-year-old's perspective to yesterday's losses? To the losses of our lives? Are we willing to apply it to the future inevitable losses and stumbles of our lives? I think this boy has a lot to teach us. In the Talmud, Rabbi Hanina is quoted as saying, "From all my rabbis, all my colleagues, I learned a great deal, but I learned the most from my students." Here's a student, a 10-year-old. We don't often think that the greatest wisdom, life lessons, will come to us from the youngest, the smallest amidst our community. Here's a 10-year-old in our national community who has a great treasure, a great gift to teach us about the challenges of moving through life, wins and losses.